Oh, we just barely made it today. What's going on?
What up? What up? Yeah, it's Thursday, of course. It's the grind time.
Usually it's me that's always like getting in here right at the last minute, but I had a pretty easy day today. I think you guys were probably busy.
Oh my word. Like I was telling you before, Adrian, it's like just when I think I'm catching up, I have a day that produces enough work for 3 or 4 days.
How far are you scheduled now? Is it days, a
Um,
week?
all day tomorrow is scheduled. I'm gonna have to work Saturday, and I've got work scheduled into next week,
Just
all the
getting
way
it.
into Wednesday.
Fan freaking tastic, man. How you scheduling that stuff out? You just writing it down? You using a software?
Well, it's
I'm
funny
just
you should
curious.
say that because I'm learning to use House Call Pro. And in fact, I was supposed to have one of these Zoom calls where they teach you how to use it. And
Yeah.
I was just so busy I couldn't do it.
Oh
But
yeah.
I'm using it already. I'm learning on the fly how to use it.
So this is gonna be your first time using a software or a CRM, correct? Like a field managed one?
Yeah, I haven't felt the need for it, but there are a couple things in it that once it gets fully set up that are going to be nice, like notifying the customer when I'm on the way, and them being able to see where I am and how far away I am.
Yeah.
Little things like that are kind of neat.
Yeah, it really does come in clutch. If you've never used a software like that, I think it's good. All jokes aside from using them, like honestly, Adrian, when you guys switched over to Java or whatever, did you see like some sort of efficiency standpoint is different? I guess you're managing more folks and Kurt's just got himself, but I think it's really gonna help that aspect of it.
Oh yeah, I don't know, we're all small businesses, so it's not like we're handling like a fleet or anything, right? Like
Yeah.
we got four guys at mine, so it just made it easier cuz I had paper invoices right before, so collecting invoices from the guys in person and having to read chicken scratch, all that kind of stuff, like pain in the ass. And now, like, I'm sure I don't like, I have Jobber. You have, what was it? Titan service, whatever, service
Yeah,
Titan.
Service Titan's what we use. Yep.
And then you got House Call Pro, Kurt. Honestly, they all do the same thing, right? It's just whatever, maybe one has a feature that you might like over the others or whatever, but they all do the same thing. So
Mhm.
mine, I built it out like you said, Kurt. It's gonna take time for you to get used to it and figure out how you want to use it. Because like mine, I like that I can keep adding like little field, um, what are they called? Those text fields, like just random ones. So I'll have one for model number, serial number, a request number, because a lot of our stuff is dispatched through a website. So
Yep,
there's a number I got to put on the invoice and stuff like that. So
like a
all that
work order.
stuff, yeah. So like all that stuff I get to put on there, and then like it makes it just easier to find when I'm billing and stuff.
Well, one thing I have noticed is that if I schedule it through House Call Pro, it shows up in my Google Calendar. And when it shows up in my Google Calendar, the notes I have in QuickBooks are in my notes on the event in my calendar. So I can look at it and see model and serial number, what kind of unit it was, when it was installed, without even opening QuickBooks.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
And
bro.
right,
I
then it
think it's
because
gives
you
really
me a
had
gonna.
picture. It gives me
yeah,
a picture of the house.
because you had
Yep.
QuickBooks
Yep.
before. Yep.
Yeah, it'll streamline it. It's really nice. And like, I know House Call had the same thing. You could find when like the house was built, all this stuff. Service Titan has like a property data, so when it was sold, square foot, and so you can kind of get that kind of general idea. I just like being able to look back in my history with the pictures, because sometimes you write something you're not going to remember it, but then you got the pictures in there. You're like, oh shit, that's right. It was this call. It was this customer. I remember this conversation, and then you can just build it up with the customer while you're like talking, like to remember the last time you were there, and you can be like, oh, I wrote all this shit down, and
Yeah,
hey, you signed off on this. Yeah,
you can also have it hound the customer for payment. That's a cool thing too. Like just keep interval reminders if
oh
if
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So
It's
some of my customers need to be hounded.
Yeah.
yeah. Kurt was getting what video was it the other? Oh,
Wasn't
the
there
compressor one.
That's probably the one I was gonna ask him
trying
about
to
too.
shaft you out. Yeah.
Ah.
You did
happened?
the compressor for free, and then she thinks you go get this one for free. You're like, hell
That's the one I was gonna ask you about.
No.
Let's put it this way. I was pretty sure I wasn't going to get the job, so I jacked up the price
Yeah.
so that if I do get it, I'm going to get paid.
Facts.
Oh yeah. So you're still waiting on that?
Yeah, I'll be waiting for a while.
That's
Yo,
I'm sorry. That's a rental property deal, right? Okay,
Yes.
that's why. Yeah.
It's an apartment complex for it's not assisted living, but for older people.
Gotcha.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I jacked up a price on a job that I didn't want to do. And the customer's like, when can you schedule? I'm like, damn. Because like I even like was blunt with the dude, and I was like, you could probably get this done better. So it's a duck job. I was like, you could probably get this more affordably somewhere else. I mean, I didn't jack it up. I mean, our price was probably expensive, but at this time, a year duct work in the attic, negative, and
Yeah. No, it's
he
like
called back saying he was gonna price
not-
search.
it's not jacking it up. It's inconvenience fee.
Hey, there we go.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, yeah.
It's gonna cost a little bit more when it's like in the summer, stuff like that.
I got a couple
You know.
videos in waiting to publish, and one of them I did today talking about boosting the price for inconvenience. This dude has his air conditioners, his condensers on a stand, and the stand is higher than the end of the roof. And I get up there, and it's out of Freon, and the reversing valve, there's two condensers on the stand. The reversing valve is what's leaking.
Go figure.
So I'm going to have to stand on my head on a stand 12 feet off the ground to work on this reversing valve. So yeah, I kind of gave him an inconvenience fee.
Hazard pay, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, straight up, dude. I had something you talking about, like it was lifted up off the ground. So I get to this call today. I couldn't understand the guy. Unfortunately, I called him and he wanted to talk. He's like, I'll be there in like 45 minutes. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I was 38 minutes away. I'll wait. I get there. It's in this like complex, and I notice all the units are on the lifted about 12 feet up in the air. On the condensers are on the back of the building. So I walk around like, well, I can't fucking do this shit. And because I don't have a ladder on the truck, I have a 4-footer, but that's kind of my excuse not to have to do any of that shit. And I walk around and they have a 12-footer leaned up on the wall. I'm like, some bitch. So I sit there and wait for him. The guy gets there. I walk over to the front door. He's like, oh, no. It's this over here. And it was a freaking van, bro. He's like, this is out of, this isn't cool. I was like, I don't work on automobiles. I'm sorry. Like, I was like, what do you, you know what I mean? I was like, I had no clue. I don't do nothing, but I took the cap off where the line was, and there was a bunch of green shit. I don't know if it was like antifreeze got in there or if that's how it, you know what I mean? So I was like,
They wanted you to fix the AC on the van.
Yeah, bro. This whole time, I'm like, I didn't even obviously didn't charge the guy. I was like, yeah, no. And like right across the way was a damn mechanic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I told him to get like an AC Easy Shot or something.
Yeah.
Stop.
That reminds me of that. I think you posted a picture, Kurt, of a mini split on a. Was it a work van or just a? I don't know what kind of.
Oh
van
yeah.
It was
that a
some
van
kind of
like
work van. They had a generator on the back and then a regular mini split mounted to this van.
Funny enough.
I thought it was kind of funny.
Funny enough, I actually saw that around here too. I didn't take a picture of it, and I was like, I guess it works.
It could have been a van lifer.
Yeah, probably. Just
I don't know. I mean, that's kind of a shitty way to do it. I mean, I never see those people with ACs, but
I think I
I've only
saw
seen them
one.
do it on like a box truck.
I think I saw one because that one was mounted on the back, the condenser. I think I saw the one I
Yeah.
saw. The condenser was mounted to the roof on the van. So,
Yeah. It's like this will go
And-
through everything.
but I want to say the ones I saw were like food trucks. Like they had like they have
Yeah.
that.
Or they
that
build
kind of
like the
stuff.
little cages in the back. Yeah. But that's funny. I mean, I'm about to fucking do it. I don't care. Put a little window shaker, cut it out the back. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Jason
Freeze
says
it, bitch.
for the vehicles they put dye in the from the factory.
there
Which
we go.
I-
See,
I-
I knew somebody would know.
I forgot I learned that with Spectra Line. They're the ones that have the automotive deal. More than likely it's Spectra Line.
Yeah.
You know,
Genius.
my first air conditioning job was when I moved down here to Georgia, was working on car air conditioners.
Really?
They were converting them from R12 to 134A. The whole
Oh.
business was based on converting them.
Oh wow. Well, I've worked on my own, only my own cars, AC and all that.
Well, I worked it enough to know I didn't like it.
Oh, I would hate to do it as a job, yeah. But yeah, that was funny. That van, and man, I had another one in mind, but I'll have to think about it. You're gonna say something, Jake?
Nah, my son, I just heard him yell out there.
Kids.
Playing that new NCAA. Good game. Good game. Oh, man. Yeah, guys,
Well,
that's
when
about it,
when
you
I'm
know?
busy, like, say that again, Jake.
Oh, I said, that's about it. That's all I had going on today. You know, little things like that. Good times. What else we got going on? You know, wild shit.
Randy has a question. If what's our opinion on the Pro One thermostats?
Pro One.
Let's look at this one. I'll be honest. No clue.
Are those
I don't know what Pro One thermostats are.
Pro thermostats? I think I want to say that's Diversitech.
Look that. Oh, yeah, like I guess like a basic. Sorry, that's not. There you go. Yeah, I don't use those.
They have different models.
Yeah, they got like touchscreen Wi-Fi
No,
ones.
I don't know. I don't know about those. I'm using the Honeywell thermostats right now, the T
Oh,
series.
that's right. And the bottom pops out or the little door on the bottom hinges out. Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't think I've seen them that much on the residential side.
I would say a stat's a stat, bro, for the most part. Whatever your supply house carries, that's what, you know. And like Kurt, I use the Honeywell. I use the T6s. I don't have an issue. Or the EcoBees. I don't have an issue with those either. I know some people aren't fans of the smart stats.
I use T6s and T4s. I use two different kinds of T6s. I use a T6 2 heat, 1 cool, and then I use another T6 that's 3 heat, 2 cool. And then I use a T4 as like my base model thermostat.
Hell
I do have a Wi-Fi thermostat that I carry, but most of the time when it comes to Wi-Fi thermostats, people already have an idea of what they want, and they want a Nest or they want an Ecobee, or they already have an idea of what they want.
For sure.
Yeah, the one that I hear everybody hates is the Nest, but I have a Nest at the house.
So do I. Came with the house.
Yeah, it was already here when I moved in. Haven't had any issues with it.
The Ecobee that was here that was installed with the system.
See,
Okay,
this
what's
is
that?
this is
Okay.
the Pro thermostat.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. We're fucking moving up.
I actually see these. Well, let me, I guess, give my answer. I see
I've
these
seen those, yeah.
quite a bit on the commercial side.
Okay.
They've all failed within the first year, so I end up ripping them out and putting in. What do we put in? Jesus Christ.
Is my savior.
White Rogers. Right?
White Rogers.
Rogers? What the hell's it
I
called?
use the black Rogers, just because we don't discriminate.
Y'all don't hear about any of these thermostats?
No, I mean, no. Oh,
Or
Yeah, our guys.
the Sensei ones? I've had those too.
the Sensi's, yeah. The Pro One comes in like a blue box, don't it? Like
I don't know.
blue and white.
I just ripped them out.
I don't like them, is what he's saying. Okay. Yo, is that a little plaque right there, Adrian? That Knights joint or what? Over
Knights?
your
Over here?
Yeah, what's that? Yeah, what's
Nice
that?
little HVAC Knights poster.
That's pretty
Trying to
fucking sweet.
Rep the Knights.
Sweet.
Represent.
So what do you do that? I was gonna ask what you were up to, but like that drain that you showed the other day, that must have been the nastiest drain I've ever seen.
Bro, that shit just kept coming. I was like, it was a good minute of that shit just like,
Yeah.
I was like, what? Yeah, I'm going back out there. All those recommendations, I'm going out there tomorrow to do them. They approved it. So I'll go fix all that stuff. But, yeah, dude, that was disgusting.
Yesterday and tomorrow. Yesterday we did a conversion. One of these trailers y'all see me on that had these mini split systems with this mini split air handler underneath.
The one where you crawled under it?
Yeah, it's a trailer like that. Yesterday we converted it to a package unit, which means we pulled out 2 air handlers and put in 2 supplies and 2 returns. We just capped off the ductwork where the air handler was.
Mm-hmm. I
Have
just
a
tapped
return
it.
on one side and a supply on the other.
Boom.
Dropped in a package unit and done with that mini split stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't. I wouldn't be able to do that. I don't know. I don't like I don't know if that's the one where you were crawling underneath and you had like real tight space. Like I wouldn't be able to do that.
Well,
Bro,
people, I don't like doing it either, and I wish I could just say, "Hey, I don't want to do this." But
right?
that company has 4 trailer parks, and all of them have like over 100 trailers, and I'm getting them all. So
That's true.
I got to take some of the bad to get the good.
All right. So I went to the fucking trailer park. Like, I don't know, like yours don't seem like when you think trailer park, right? You want to think like white trash, cats and shit walking around, fucking raggedy ass cars, grass, and I went to one like that, right? Oh, bitch. And I was like, usually the trailers are down here, they're nice. And this one, bro, it was settled down in the ground, the fucking ductwork. Like, there's nothing I could do. What can you, like, do you have to jack the trailer up or something? Like, you know what I mean? Never been in
You
that
couldn't
situation.
get down there?
Bro, I got pictures, like, where the trailer, like, the bar is down, like, crushed on the duct and settled onto the ground. Like, it's not, like, if you look under, you know what I mean? Like, they're not on blocks or nothing.
Oh,
It's a trailer. It's an actual trailer.
we need
Dang, that's
pictures.
messed up.
I was like, I'm sorry. And like, so I was like, the least we could do with this thing was clean it all up and do all that jazz. And hopefully it helps. It didn't help. There was about like a whole china cabinet worth of dishes inside the fucking return, bro. I got a video of that. I'm going to show it to you. Like, I opened it up and the lady's like, how'd that get in there? It was like a fork and a fucking plate and shit. I'm like, I don't know. It was like,
Oh,
yeah,
my God, you're funny.
it was good. You know, it's like, I don't know. I just cleaned that filter too. I was like, okay, I believe you. You know, it's fucking. But yeah, I see you going those, bro, and I'm like, I'm good. Anytime, if I can't belly crawl it, like I couldn't. There's no way. So.
Oh, well, most of those, I got enough room to get under them. Yeah, I got plenty of room. I might have to lay down on my back to work on it because the air handler is attached to the bottom of the trailer.
Yeah.
I had to see this one. I
But,
didn't even look at it. Which
I'd rather just climb on the
It's
roof.
and you know
Yeah,
something.
right.
In 2017, we had a tornado come through here and destroyed a trailer park. Several people lost their
Mm-hmm.
lives there. Where they bulldozed the whole place, and I just went back out there yesterday, and they probably have 200 trailers there now, and they all have those mini split systems.
He's
Gee.
like, yeah.
No, I ain't working on those.
Oh, okay.
I was at the
I'm done
wrong
with this.
address. I
Oh,
went to such and such drive when I should have been at such and such avenue, but I looked out there and I saw all those mini split systems, and I thought, "Oh my god!"
So, this ain't for me.
I guess nobody likes those thermostats because Nasty's like, that's the thermostat I took out and gave it to my kid to play with.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, how about the thermostats? I have one today. I don't know if I'm gonna make a video of it, but the thermostat went bad because it was full of roaches. I know y'all seen those.
I did a video on one.
Yeah, those roaches can destroy a digital thermostat.
Stop.
Um,
Our first place we had, bro, was fucking. We lived there, and it was infested. And it was the cheapest place we could afford, and we still couldn't pay the rent. But ever since then, I'm good. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, we did a change out one time, boy. Just when I lived up in Maryland, it was down in Baltimore City. Taking out a gas furnace, the flue was infested with them and shit. It was all in the return. It's fucking gross. We did it, you know, but oh god, that's the worst.
that's why I don't want to be in people's houses.
Yeah,
You never know.
but you're
Kitchens
in
can be
them
just as
kitchens,
bad.
bro. Exactly. Yeah.
I've seen some nasty stuff in kitchens.
Get him, Kirk. Come on.
Well, I'm gonna submit a photo of my own in a minute, but
There we go.
um,
Yeah, that's what I gotta do. I gotta clean out my shit and find it because I
I
know
gotta-
we all be seeing it. Yo, give me a drink. Find me a drink, a Gatorade or something.
yeah, I gotta find that photo. It was one that I did like a year and a half ago or something, and then pulled off the plate. Sure enough, full of roaches, and manager is like doesn't even bat an eye. Like, oh yeah, I figured. Keeps
Damn it.
just
That's where they went.
walks away, and I'm like, shit, dude.
Well, this one, it was somebody had just moved out of the apartment. The panels were falling off the air handler, and I peeped around and looked inside the air handler, and I could see things moving around. I set it to cool, and here's how I knew it was a thermostat. I set it to cool, and
Close it.
nothing happened. But if I turned the blower on by the switch, the blower would come on. But there were roaches everywhere.
Bro.
In the air conditioner, running around it, up on the trim on the door.
Yeah, they're always there. I went to a really, really like a baller ass house, man. It had 6 units. They got a big ass yacht next to it. There was roaches rolling around, and I mean, you can't. I don't know. In Florida, they're very prevalent. The palmetto bugs, they call them. Also, you know.
Oh yeah.
Open up the damn
water
air
bugs.
handler. They're inside the air. They'll plug up. That's the damn condensate lines, man. That's the worst. I'm like,
Oh,
I'm not an
Lord.
insect guy, man. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we had this one customer, man. It was over there in the hood. We'd go out there every 2 months, like no bullshit. It was a rental property, and we'd be like, man, you got this drain, da da da. We got to clean it. And then we'd be like, yeah, a bug got in it. He's like, a roach. Yeah, it was a roach. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't want to say it because it's almost like degrading in a sense, but he's like, they're always getting in there. I was like, I know. I've been here.
Hey, how about tree
Good.
frogs getting in them and clogging them up?
Oh, yeah, we get them lizards in there, boy. It's so funny when you put the vacuum on, you open it up, and they're like swimming around. You're just like, man.
I've seen tree frogs. I've blown out one drain and there's probably 6 tree frogs came out.
It's a good time, man. Party in there.
All right, so they were wondering why the AC wasn't working.
Dude.
Whew.
This was well, didn't mean to zoom in. This is
Yeah,
a
please.
thermostat from a pretty busy fast food chain that I will not mention.
What kind of food they serving?
I think people can guess from my videos if they've been there, but that one's a chicken place.
I don't eat. If it ain't Chick-fil-A, I'm okay. Yeah.
I think
We good?
Chick-fil-A is pretty clean. Yeah, you see some weird stuff in the restaurants. I'll admit that.
I've been warned to never work at my favorite restaurant.
Not
Yeah,
if
I've
you
been
want
seeing all
to.
y'all's stuff like with the ice machines and all that shit. I'm like,
Oh man, like
fuck, I eat the ice still. I don't care.
I see some
You
bad
know?
ones, but like that guy that I had on my podcast, Ice Machine 411. That's all he
Mhm.
does. So he'll show you the nastiest ice machines out there. And I love the series that he had going on where it's like, I think he called it ice or no ice, and he would go and like before even like
That's
working
funny.
on it, or he would randomly do it at hotels and stuff too. He would just take up off the panel real quick and like look at it, and he's like, if it's good, it's obviously ice. If it's bad, no ice.
That's good.
Yeah,
Pretty clever,
tasty looking thermostat.
bro. Yeah,
We
that's nasty.
I was gonna say hi to the Aussie HVAC, and it's bringing up our favorite topic.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
what? So what has
just wait, bro.
the DIY HVAC guy done now?
Is he
I
showing
don't know.
people about A2Ls also? Is that what he's doing?
I don't know. I don't watch it.
I can't wait because that's gonna help us out. I mean,
Oh, like today I was on I think it was on a Facebook group. Have you guys come across any of those newer? I don't even know what brand it is. The systems that have it's all on the condensing unit. It's all boards. It's all that display that has the gauges on it. Shows you the pressures. Like it's all electronic.
The York.
Is it? Is that who it is?
Yeah, I think York got that.
Have you guys run into those yet?
No.
I don't see much residential York, if at all. I think the only person I saw it on was Teddy Digest. Taddy. I've seen him do it, and he had to replace the whole board or
That's what
something
it-
like that.
That's a problem waiting to happen. I worked on chillers for a while, and Train used to have these displays on the outside of their chillers, and the sun would just cook them to where
Just
you couldn't
ruin-
read anything.
Yeah.
You couldn't do anything with it. And we started building like a little shade over the displays if we found them to help prevent that from happening. If you got gauges on the side of your air conditioner, the sun and the weather is going to destroy that.
Yeah, Jason says that they're York, but maybe the Coleman brand. The guy that
No,
posted,
they're inside the panel though, Kurt. Like the electrical.
yeah, they're on the inside. When you remove the panel, that's what you see. You see like 2 boards, a display, and then like all electronic stuff. So it's
Who's
covered.
working?
But the
who's
one that
working on it?
some dude on Facebook, and I think I saw 2 back to back. But the thing is, like that guy had to replace, he said, a board. The display went out shortly after, and then I forgot what else gave out on it, like sensors, I think. I mean, that bill's going to be crazy high. And then from my experience recently working on like the walk-in coolers and freezers that I see that has that stuff, I don't trust how can you trust what the pressure says on there, right? It's supposed to be so you don't have to hook up and stuff, but like transducers can fail too, and all that, the sensors.
Yeah, that's how those them train XVs were. You could just go in there. It'll tell you your superheat at least at the CDA inside, so you could kind of get a good parameter, and you could just put your clamps on to see how accurate it was. And I think on their new ones, everything is just through the cloud, and it tells you through the app. Which I mean, to an extent, it's good. You know what I mean? So you don't have to risk, I guess, the loss of refrigerant, but still,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
Jason's talking about the transducers. Now I'm always going to have it in the back of my head because recently I had a transducer that was bad from the factory.
Nice.
So, pain in the ass that I trusted it was giving me the right reading. A2Ls are bang gas over here.
Yeah, they've been
Well,
rocking with that shit for a minute, right? I mean, they've
they
had it.
aren't that flammable, are they?
It's not propane.
No, it's not propane. It's just got a little propane in it.
Well, it's like what's that one? R290, right?
Yeah, if
I
we
saw Pat doing something.
if we ever use R290, yeah, that's gonna.
But I saw Pat doing some shit with it, and he was just putting the torch right to it,
Yeah,
and it was just was like, but it
he said he was actually scared filming that.
yeah, he's like, oh
said-
no, you're wrong.
He's like, I don't know if you
Yeah,
could tell, but I kind of jumped back a little bit.
For sure, but I
Well,
mean,
dang, R290 is propane.
Yeah, it's like
it doesn't have
it's more pure or something.
smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It just doesn't have the what they add to propane for the smell, so you can smell it.
There you go.
I forget what it is, but the 454 I think is like 68% 32 or something like that, right? I think that'll be what the blend is on it. So, because 410's 32, right?
Which I don't understand that whole thing, but yeah, it's part of 410.
Yeah, so the GWP, bro, that's what it's all about. You know what I mean?
Man, I had somebody on an old video, because I did a video on a cheater cord, Widowmaker, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
And they're like, they said they were an ex-electrician, right? A 40 plus 45 years. I don't know what they were. And I understand it. I know it's not safe. And I even did the video like, this is the safest way that I know how to do it. It's still not recommended, you know, all that, because obviously it's not. But they
what
sell
is unsafe about it?
but they sell the damn things anyway. But
Yeah, exactly.
he mentioned that, you know, all the possibilities that could go wrong, this and that. He's like, I would want you to go battery only on your tools and this and that. And I'm like, okay, well, like, I mean, that's an old video. I have all battery powered tools now. They just do not make a battery powered recovery machine, right? So it's like, still need power for that, right?
Yeah.
I can't wait. Maybe one day we'll get a battery powered recovery. I don't know.
Golly.
Until
You know,
some
I'm
of the
curious.
stuff I have rigged up, you know, some of the disconnects you can't clamp on to the wire. I have disconnected the hot wire, slowly pulled it out and connected to it. I have shoved a screwdriver in between the lug and the plastic and clamped onto the screwdriver.
Why? Like,
An old school guy taught me that.
Yo, I hate electricity, man. I don't like to play around with it. So that type of stuff, like I do use my cheater cord, and it's a homemade janky one, and like the outlets or like the plugs do get hot because like it's just not good probably. And but yeah, I take all precautions.
You got to do what you got to do.
Make a good one.
Make
one that's long enough.
It's funny.
Make one that's long enough that it won't hang. I'm talking about where the bottom of it will rest on the ground.
Yeah.
I cut an extension cord and made mine.
Yeah, I made mine longer too. Were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was talking and everybody just kept fucking going. So I'm not even tell my story now. Like, fuck. Like, I'm sitting here. Oh, do that. So, anyways, real quick, I did buy a cheap like a 3-foot cord from Harbor Freight to do that, and then I'm just gonna put some spades on the end so I can just put it on the bottom of a contactor because I don't deal with commercial shit. So
Well, I take it from the inside of the. I don't take it from the disconnect. That's just the way I'm kind of like you, Jake. I don't like I don't like getting shocked. I don't like electricity. That's stuff that my dad will be the one doing stuff hot. I don't like to do it.
For sure.
So like I try to do mine like at the contactor or somewhere else where I can steal a leg.
Kurt using forks and shit, fucking putting it into the damn wall socket. You know?
Do a video like that. Like, this is how you steal power. Just
You really should, Kurt.
stick
Do
a
that
fork.
shit, bro. Like, this is yes. That shit
DIY.
would be funny. Yeah. Tagged her.
You know, people get on to me when I get shocked. Like, you know, you ought to get out of the habit of putting your hand on the unit because you're going to get shocked. You never know. And I've been shocked on camera more times than probably both of y'all put together.
Straight up.
I actually had that as one of my, but it was for another week. Like, shock counter. Like, how many times have you been shocked this week, Kurt?
Oh, bro, we should have that. Yeah, that's gonna be our new segment.
I hate it.
Just shoot us a text when you're done.
I just posted a video on my Spanish channel where I threw sparks. I didn't get shocked, but it was a little scary there for a second.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah, we
good
have
times, guys.
Stanton. He's like, "No, I'm finding that breaker." Yeah, I don't like to
Straight
do
up,
anything.
bro.
I'll take the time and look for the breaker too.
It's like
It's a pain in the
it's
ass.
gotta be around here somewhere.
It's a pain in the ass sometimes. Like, we're working in a hospital today, and the breaker room is like in a mechanical room and stuff like that, and I got to get access to it and everything.
Sweet, yeah. Hey, can you unlock this for me?
Hey man, it's all
We had
billable time.
Had that. I told you about the Jamaican cat. He like if we were in a house and we couldn't find the breaker or whatever, he would just cut the fucking wire and so it would trip the breaker. I'm like, come on, you know what I mean? I guess that's one way to do it. I'm scared.
I had comments
I've
and
done similar.
they wanted to
Like
know
I was
who
working
it
on
was.
an attic fan. Yeah, an attic fan is going to have a 120 volt breaker.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't find the breaker, so I was like, "Well, just trip the breaker.
Well, how we do that? Simple.
Just take a hot leg and ground it."
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. I mean, I got a bunch of insulated tools too, so it's like I don't know why. I mean, still.
I started buying insulated tools because, or like screwdrivers and all that, like, you know, the ones that are fully insulated. Because I've done that where I work on a rack, and I only shut down the system I'm working on, and I've screwing or unscrewing something or tightening something, and I like it slips, and then you short out something next to it. I've done that before. Really? Okay, well, release the refrigerant.
That's a good idea. A 500 VA transformer to power a vacuum pump.
Let's see.
That's not a bad idea.
Say that again. Well,
Jason keeps a 500 VA transformer on the truck for using a recurring machine or vacuum pump. Interesting.
That's pretty slick. That's slick.
Just need a step down transformer, yeah.
Jason and Brian always have the little tricks and all that for that kind of stuff. Brian had rigged up something too to check something, but it was like a refrigeration thing.
I like it. I like it. I like it a lot.
Aussie HVAC's like, you don't have a meter, bro? Test it first.
Yeah. It's called these little motherfuckers.
I think I've mentioned it on here before. Like, my dad would just like, you know, lick his finger and check. He's like, let's check it.
Well, how many times have y'all killed the power? Y'all killed the power, and then you go up to it, and you're like, you hit it with your
about to say, you still just do it. Yeah, like what? Yeah. We're good. We're good.
I've been shocked before when I think I have the breaker off. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Or it's like the wrong. That happens to me a lot because they freaking add so many things to the breaker box, and then things get shifted around, but they're labeled with markers, and they don't relabel them. I had that issue. I don't think I talked about it here, but like that one walk-in cooler that some other guy tried to fix it. It broke down again. Like, I had a whole ordeal with that one. I couldn't find the breaker to it. I freaking went to go turn off the breaker that was labeled for the cooler, and I turned off like half of the store. So I was like, nope, this is not it. All their computers shut down, their fryers shut down, the exhaust hood shut
Oh
down. I'm
no.
like, oh shit. I had my AirPods on, but I could hear frantic people like, oh my God, what
Or
happened?
like everything beeping and fucking like
Yeah, you could hear all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, and I just switched it back on. And they're like, our computers,
just
everything turned off.
I've
unreal.
done that to
But
people in the office one time.
yeah, like you're shut down too. Like,
Don't know what happened.
oh man, I'm trying to figure that out myself.
I'm usually, we'll go through and we'll try to label them and find them and everything. But like every now and then I can't figure it out. And I'm like, okay, I just tell them we're going to go one by one and I'm going to just random shit's going to shut off. So we'll find it, we'll find it eventually.
Get one of them tools. Fluke got a tool like that. Hook it
The
up to it's like a tracer type of thing.
circuit. Oh, what the hell was it called? Yeah, I know
And
which
you just
one.
put it up around the wire, and then like you use the little thing, you can trace it somewhere. And I know Klein has one too, but that's just generally for the receptacles.
Yeah, I think I'm
Um,
thinking about the Klein one. Which one were you talking about?
A Fluke one. This other
Fluke.
cat that I worked with down here, he had something so we could trace the wires somehow, and it would. I don't know how we did
Well,
it, but it was some
there's a
sort of
wire
Fluke one.
tracer for like low voltage. You can clamp on to one end, and it generates a high voltage, and you take a detector, run around, and find the wire.
It might have been that, and then he was doing it to find shorts and stuff. Maybe.
I bought one to use to find unmarked condensers in apartment complexes.
That's pretty slick, though.
Yeah, I had seen somebody
You
rig
just walk
up.
around to the condenser and butt up against the low voltage to try to find the one you're looking for.
That makes sense. I mean, it's like going down and doing continuity on all of them, and I guess that, you got there's ways.
No, normally you can figure out which one. You can narrow it down to like 6. And then you just start taking off panels until you find one that has a contactor pulled in, but it's not running. You can do that, but sometimes
Yeah.
sometimes it takes a little more investigating.
Mm-hmm. Like, this is totally it. How many times have we released the refrigerant to the wrong system?
Oh, I've heard.
Like you doing a change out somewhere and you take the refrigerant out the wrong system. And this happened when I was in with a Jamaican cat that I was working with. It was a R22 system, bro. And we cut it out and everything. I'm inside. I mean, I have no clue. And yeah, just the wrong system. He cut it loose and all. I was like, and so he's like, you're good. I start to cut inside and I'm like, yo, you sure you got the right one? Oh, no. That's what he did. That's how man talks. Oh, bro. That was R22 also. It was fucking, that's all she wrote.
Yeah, I don't think I've had that exact experience, but like I've had where like wrong parts were changed out, like whether it's like I think I've like a compressor or I don't know what, like major stuff, and then yeah, sucks. But we almost started a change out at the wrong house. I've heard those stories. I was gonna say I've heard people that go and they show up and they either get the wrong condenser or the wrong house and they do the change out.
But like you get the confirmation from the customer though.
These are like vacant or something.
So like
well, this one happened to me. I was working at another company. It was like the same street number on 2 different streets were side by side across the street from each other. So we had the right, and it was on a corner. So we had the right street, we thought, and we had the right number. And he goes to start cutting the line set. And I said, hold on just a second. Let me check this house across the street. And it was the house across the street. we almost
Yeah.
cut it loose on the wrong house.
I've caught a couple that were like could have been catastrophic like that. When you have a bunch of units that are the same on the roof.
You watch y'all know that dude Joe Gotti, like he does a little construction shorts and stuff on like YouTube and Instagram. He's like a I don't know,
I think so.
in the gas station up in Kentucky. 5 on the diesel.
Sounds familiar.
All right. Anyways, he does one all the time where they're like doing construction in the gas station, and they're like, "Yeah, we got it all ripped out." And da da da. He goes, "What are you doing? You're at the wrong way." He goes, "This is 555 da da da." And they're like, "No!" And like it's just priceless, like real time shit. Because he's like, "All right, boys, pack it up." You know, like just stupid shit. and he does ones with the he does the HVAC tech ones, which are good. He's always just like, it's the old school dude. He's like, "Yep, it's the Freon." Like, you know what I mean? He just puts his finger on the. It's just shit. Because I'm like, God, that's so true, bro.
Is it
It's
like
just
that
so
other
true.
one that the Cheeto one? I forget his name.
Nah, it ain't as bad as Cheeto. Cheeto
Okay.
makes us look retarded. Like, you know what I mean? It makes
Yeah,
us
that's
not
why Brett
look competent.
That's why Brett gets upset every time. But yeah,
Yeah, no, this one's just like it's comical,
Like
like really
real-
good comical. Yeah,
real
like real world
stuff.
shit. Like, he goes and then he does like the flag or you can go down a rabbit hole. It's fucking hilarious.
I'll have to check it out. It sounded familiar, but I can't remember right now.
I used to get pissed off at Fat Cheeto, but I just unsubscribed.
Yeah, that's what I did too. I was like, he does it in a, but it's a playful way too because he's a good guy. But Brett kind of was like, when Brett kind of said, I'm like, you know what, you're right. He really does make it seem like we're stupid as hell, and everybody's like spray painting condensers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like
he's
me.
I guess like a comedian deal now because I don't think he does HVAC anymore, but he
Nah, I guess
has
he's
been
doing all right.
doing he's been doing skits of like police officers and other stuff and HVAC.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it's different now, but like
It's more
it's the same
Oh.
it's the same thing.
like
Well,
yeah, I didn't find.
well, let me ask
much
y'all
of
about
it.
somebody who's real popular on YouTube.
I'm right. Hey, I'm right here. Go ahead. I'm waiting for it.
Ginger Billy.
Okay, he's on. He's
You know
Jack.
who Ginger Billy is?
I don't. I'm about to look that
Yeah.
up.
He's like
Well,
a
he's a
Jack
comedian.
redneck. He got a really nice house now.
He's a comedian. He's almost always shirtless, and he's got like a red
Got a big
beard.
r-
I kind of think the guy's gay.
You're telling me that we got this NASCAR right here, and we're gonna take it off the moon in a second, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, he does have his wife in there and stuff. I know that's definitely like 1,000% not his real persona because like I've seen him like on other things with like I feel like it was with Jelly Roll one time, and he was just like a normal dude. But yeah, he blew up.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Oh shit. Yeah.
He
Okay.
said, "What makes you think he's gay, Kurt?
I've watched this one video. Well,
Well, he has these itty.
Is it the shorts?
bitty
Is
shorts.
it his Daisy Dukes? I got a pair of Daisy Dukes.
his Daisy Dukes, he's always without a shirt. He's ripped. And I watched this one video of his where he's just going off on how everybody needs a bidet.
It's like worse the more I scroll down. But yeah. Okay.
He was dead serious.
He makes
like
stupid
you got
money.
to have a bidet.
Hey man, some of these YouTubers, Jesus Christ, the money they make.
I know.
And it's just
Hey,
dumb
wait.
shit, bro.
Well,
Okay.
Ginger Billy, he is funny, but he has this shtick, and he's got that same shtick in every one of his videos, and it gets old.
Yeah, nah, it's good for a couple laughs as you're scrolling through for some shorts or something, but like I can't watch it over and over and over.
No.
Because like I don't know, like if that's who you are, that's your persona, that's who you're always going to be. Like you're never going to be able to be who you are, if that makes sense. Like I don't know.
It,
Just
It's the money.
Keep it at 100. Keep it a buck, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
It's the money. It's YouTube. It's TikTok. They all have like these weird ass characters or personas that they have, and that's what they're stuck with.
And what's the other one? Ricky and the Boss.
Oh, I don't know that one.
You don't know Ricky and the Boss?
I'm so hey, don't shoot me, man. Calm down.
He's another comedian where he's got the distorted face and Ricky's always getting in trouble.
Oh, okay. You know what? Have you guys seen Casey HVAC or I think that's his name.
AC nah.
He that's his thing too, and he calls him Buddy. It's like an apprentice that goes around and screws up at the job sites every time. And it's like, "Oh, Buddy, what'd you do this time?" That one I think is funny. He's an HVAC dude.
I'll have to check it out. Here you go, bub.
I think I pissed off some electricians in one of my last videos.
What'd you do now?
Well, was it about the you called him out on the ohms
When
law
I was talking
stuff?
about
like
Ohm's law in that video, and
look, you don't work on this shit, stupid motherfucker.
What I said was, or if you're just an electrician and you think this, because I said just an electrician, they got offended.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, bub.
Everybody gets offended.
Come do what I gotta do.
Maybe I should have rephrased it and said, well, if you're an electrical engineer and you want to correct me on this every time I do this.
Yeah, nah, dude. Keep calling them out. Those are the best. Because they're going to comment. It's going to boost the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Like.
And they phrase their comments in a way that, like, I know better than you, and if you're going to try to correct me, you're wrong. And I'm just like, dude, you've never ohmed out a compressor in your life. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what was it, like the 3 to 4 mega ohms you were talking about or something? And you were talking about, I don't know the ohms formula and all none of that shit. I just know if I get a ting-a-ling on that thing, we done. Or I'll do my redneck test and I'll unplug the bitch and turn the breaker on. And if it doesn't pop, we know what it is.
Yeah.
It's just that easy.
Do you use that? Is it Subco, the megometer?
I want that one.
You do use
it?
Yeah, it's the most affordable one, and it's very basic.
I feel like I couldn't find it though. It's not on Amazon. I thought it was like $80 or something. Because the homeboy on he's in here, the dude who always Ian. He was just got one or something, and he said it was like $80, and I looked it up. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, they're affordable, but if you're looking for an insulation tester or a megometer from like Fluke or something, those things can be a lot of money.
Yeah, they're up in like I don't need to get that technical with it, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's because I've heard good and bad things about the Subco one. I don't know if it was yeah, okay, Jason. It's a piece of shit. Come on, y'all.
Is it? What?
I don't know. I heard both ways.
I like it. Kurt got that shit. It worked.
Sam says Ty don't like it.
Well, you know what? They can want to get way too technical with it. You know what I'm saying? If I get a
yeah, because the way Kurt explained it was perfect.
Yeah, bro. Good. Yeah. But you got to find out why it failed. I mean, we'll get to it. Cool. You know what I mean? That shit took a lightning strike. You know what I mean? Boom.
Yeah, sometimes you can't find it. Mike says the only way to insult an electrician is to hand them a broom.
Boom.
Mic drop.
Boom, broom.
There's a funny electrician that I watched from, I think he's from Australia. Tool addict, addicted to tools.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds familiar.
He posted a video the other day where he's like, the way he thinks, like he's looking at something. Oh, I need to go get a screwdriver and a pair of pliers. He walks over to the shed and he forgets why he walked over to the shed.
Yeah.
It was just like me.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck did I walk out to the truck for? Every time.
Yeah, so it ain't just old age. It's normal.
It's because we get so caught up, and then we're like, all right, I need this to fix this problem, but you're still thinking about the problem that you're trying to fix, and then you just like got to walk back, and then by the time you get back to where you were, it's what wasted trips, bro.
See this? Well, Sam also said that Ty did a video on it, so I'll have to look that up. As far as the megometer, like C Young was saying, this is what I've heard too. Like sometimes you will get a bad reading when it, because like some people use it as a sales tactic too, right? They go out there and they'll be like, "Oh, your compressor's going bad, but it's still working," you know. So like, I've heard that.
I mean, I'm not gonna check the damn compressor unless that's, you know what I mean?
Unless it's
like,
bad.
I get, yeah,
Yeah, like that.
Unless it's tripped a breaker or something.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
I guess how I would use it, but like just like anything, you know, sales people have to ruin it for everybody. They will go out there and try to sell them a new unit, probably because they bust out their megometer or whatever.
Yeah,
I've heard
ain't
that.
gonna know what they're looking at. That's like the people that whip out the carbon, the damn for your flues, like those tools, and they're like, "Oh, you see what it's reading?" They don't know what they're looking at.
Oh yeah, Sam.
This thing's leaking carbon into your house.
Sam did say that it's a to sell new units. Like some people will use
Well, if
it.
that's all it takes, if it's an $80 investment to sell some new units, your boy's picking one up now. But again, no.
Busy being
Why
about
would
to,
you use it
about to
to
go to the moon.
verify if I'm questionable
Exactly.
as to why it's tripping a breaker?
That would be the only reason I would use it. That'd be the only, like, I get what they're saying though. Like, it's kind of shitty that people do stuff like that. Obviously, we see it.
But I'm gonna tell you something now. You got to use it with a little bit of caution because I tested like 7 megohms to ground one time with my field piece, and I'm thinking it had tripped the breaker. I unplugged the compressor and didn't try to restart it. Tried to sell them a new system. They had somebody come along behind me. They plugged the compressor back
Plug
up.
that bitch in
and
it.
ran. So you need to use that with a little bit of caution.
Jason says that liquid refrigerant in the scroll will make the reading look low, and so does moisture. I mean, like anything, it's you know, you got to feel it out. You can't trust anything 100%.
Like, little shit like that, almost like, all right, cool. Like, that's good fucking info.
Who else is feeling the burn? We actually have a cold front.
Feeling the burn.
Do you know
I'm
what a
You're
cold?
getting an ass right now.
You're talking about feeling the burn. I'm thinking about Bernie Sanders. Are you talking about Bernie Sanders?
Do you guys know what a cold front in Texas right now is?
110.
What you got? 85 degrees?
Yeah, 85.
My man.
We got like scattered storms or something coming through.
It has not been like, when you look at the numbers, it's not that bad. It's like usually between like 93 and like 96 I see, but then you get the 80% humidity and you're just like, fuck.
Just
You know what I
feels
mean? That's
nasty.
That's what gets you every time. That damn humidity.
Well, we'll keep bringing that up every week until summer's over.
Yeah, right. But it's so stinking true because the other night it rained or not rained. We were getting ready to get a storm and it dropped down to like 43 and it felt like about percent. Like, damn, it feels good out here. You know what I mean? And it was still like 88 out. That's just the difference of the comfort, you know?
All right,
What's
Jason
that?
is
Dang. Can you make
Jason-
that bigger?
Damn it, Jake.
Sorry. I can't read, man. Put it over my face. I don't care.
All right, keep it still. I'm trying to read it.
I'm trying to fix it for Jig.
It's
Mega ohms to ground is not a failed compressor. It's a high resistance to ground. Not low resistance to ground, which is a short. Don't let it fool you. Technical side of things.
So you're saying, all right, let's do this again, okay? Let's read it a little bit slower for me this time.
It don't mean you're gonna have a failed compressor, but it can mean that if the lower number's low enough.
Yeah, basically.
Ohms to ground. Like if you're getting mega ohms, are you just automatically just assuming that it's a failed compressor there, Kurt? Like
No.
you were saying, you
No.
had 3 to 4 mega on that one you just did, right?
If it's 3 to 4, yes. But you can have 100 mega ohms and it'll be perfectly fine.
The more you know.
See that type of stuff, man. I'm not good with the resistance and all that. That's
No, me either. I'm like you said. That stuff I'm looking at when it's failed already. Right?
yeah.
Like,
And I'm
after
but
it's
even-
tripped.
Even with 3 to 4 mega ohms to ground, I'm not even going to check unless it's tripped a breaker
Yeah.
what are y'all doing?
or blown a
Sounds
fuse
good.
or something.
Yeah.
Aussie, down under, the government has allowed electricians to install split systems working with refrigerant. Imagine that.
Solid. That'll be just watch a couple DIYs. They'll figure it out.
You YouTube certified.
Yeah, straight up.
Well, guys, it's getting late for me. I had a long day.
I get it. I was just going through the comments. Anything else before we get off?
Mega ohms
y'all.
is million ohms.
There we go.
A milli. Whatever. And so, what's an ohm?
Let's dive a little further.
You know what I mean? Like, God damn. So, a mega ohm equals a million of ohms. But you know, what's the resistance that you're gonna have on I don't know, fucking a thermostat wire going from one side to the next?
See, the only way I
What do you have?
deal with this
If it's
is
copper, it's going to be about 7 ohms.
the way I deal with this kind of stuff is I will compare it to a unit that's working. That's the only way I can fully understand
Yeah.
it, right? So I'll check a new system versus an older system versus a broken down system.
So on like a thermostat wire, you're tracing it, right? Is it going to change? I mean, obviously, it would change between stranded and solid.
Well, copper, like 100 feet of copper is going to give you 5 ohms, and 100 feet of aluminum is going to give you 7 ohms.
Okay. Is there?
They just have
is
different
that
resistance.
per wire? Or is there going to be a gauge, or like depending on the gauge? Ohm is an ohm. It's the law.
Well, we'll just end on that one. Ohm is an ohm.
That was good.
It's the law. All right. So, yeah, we're going to sign off. I appreciate everybody.
We'll pick up this conversation next week with some, maybe I'll do
We
some
gotta-
research and
We got to
know
bring
what I'm
Ty
talking
on
about.
here or something.
Yeah,
Ty,
I'll just be stupid.
break it down.
Yeah, straight up.
All right. Well,
Kurt,
everybody,
you did a great job. Thank you.
see you guys.
Take care.
All right, who's being the asshole now? I was moving my damn thing back, and I'm like, why is my microphone shaking so damn much?